Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sarah Aubry. First of all, I want to thank you guys all for being here and for all the great presentations and speakers we heard today. I'm really excited about this momentum the Blue Flag program is getting in the United States. I work for Net Your Problem, and we work in coastal communities to set up fishing gear recycling programs. And I don't know about you, but before I started working here, I didn't realize that fishing gear is made out of quite a lot of recyclable materials, including metal and plastic. So we focus on end of life gear. So sort of at that bridge between you're not using it to fish anymore and now you need to get rid of it. And we help to make it part of the circular economy where we get it back into the plastic supply chain and basically out of landfills and coastal communities. Our mission is to promote healthy oceans and recycling by taking the problem of ocean plastic and turning it into a manufacturing solution, while at the same time creating jobs and forming relationships. We help restore the ocean's health by giving new life to fishing gear and do social good by bringing a solution to people all over the world. We started back in 2017. Our founder, Nicole Baker Loki, she was a fisheries observer. And while she's out on the boats, in addition to all the majestic scenery she found, there was also quite a lot of fishing gear piled up. She got wind at some point of the partnership between Parlay for the Oceans and Adidas, who were making a sneaker out of beach plastic. And she thought, hey, there's a real solution for this. So she got working, making the connections she needed, and got her first shipment sent to some recyclers in British Columbia. Now we work really hard in each new community to bring our solution mindset and bring the next wave of fishing and manufacturing sustainability. How this works is at the end of an active fishing lifespan, the gear gets sent to some sort of storage facility, whether it be ours or the fishing or the port communities. And from there, it gets prepared for going to the recycler. Now, recyclers are generally very specific in what they will and will not accept. And this usually includes different types of plastic, different types of metals. So when we get a fishing net or fishing ropes, what we've got to do first is separate each of the individual components. And that ensures that we have a good quality product we're giving to these recyclers, that they'll want to continue working with us, and in turn also be able to make a recycled plastic product that manufacturers want to use. So once we've got it all prepped and processed, we load it and ship it to these partners, and they wash it and shred it and turn it into those pellets. Now, these pellets can either be used in injection molding to make harder types of plastics, or they could be spun into yarn and make different types of clothing and swim gear. So far, our work has spanned to over 23 different fishing vessels, 2 different government agencies, and 3 Native American tribes. And we just passed a really exciting milestone of 1 million pounds of gear recycled, which was super, super fulfilling. We are established in 9 different ports and communities. You can see some of these communities here on the map. We started in Alaska, which has a huge fishing industry, and then branched out to Washington, California, and Maine. And we actually just started a project in Florida. So how much is 1 million pounds of fishing gear plastic? It is the same weight as 3 adult blue whales. Not only does recycling fishing gear help protect these materials from getting back into the environment, but it also prevents more greenhouse gas from entering the atmosphere because of the production of new virgin plastics. So our 1 million pounds equates to 486 tons of greenhouse gases that won't enter the atmosphere because we've got it back into the plastic supply chain. When you recycle with Net Your Problem, you're supporting the following goals and initiatives. We always offer fair living wages to the local representatives we have at each location. We are creating new job markets and recycling infrastructure, not only for the fishing gear we recycle, but for other types of materials as well. Our programs encourage communities to have responsible waste management solutions. They contribute to the supply chain for a robust circular economy and reduce the amount of space taken up in landfills. Our programs are creating pathways for end-of-life fishing gear waste to prevent them from becoming marine debris and leverage partnerships to make successful and cost-effective programs. Here's some example of some of the media we've been featured in and the types of products that get made out of the stuff we collect. So when we go to a new community, we design a program that's unique to each area. So the first thing that we do is collaborate with a bunch of different stakeholders: waste management, local government, ports, marinas, ocean conservation groups, fishing associations, and we figure out what are the needs of that particular community and how we can best serve them. From there, we develop a plan and engage the users to let them know about what we're doing and how they can participate. This leads to our collection, which can be anything from fun events to monitored bins. Whatever works for that community to increase the most participation. After our collection events, we make sure to use a lot of photos and videos to document it and really make a huge deal, because we believe that championing the successes and the solutions that are in the world right now are really important. And finally, after it's all done, we meet again with that first group of stakeholders so that we can improve our program, figure out what worked well, figure out what didn't work, and make it better for the next time around. Because our goal is to offer consistent services year after year. Some of the elements we've identified to having cost-effective gear recycling programs are getting space donated to store the gear so that we can accumulate enough to send an entire shipping container. The monitoring of bins to make sure we get high quality product and high quality separation of what we got to make sure we don't get a bunch of contamination in there, which would make it ultimately unrecyclable. We look for funding to help the transportation costs. Shipping is the most expensive part of our work, but we are doing some R&D with some local domestic recyclers to hopefully cut down on this in the future. Like I said, we do a lot of media to share the story. We're working on getting blockchain services for transparency and just support all our great documentation with even more collection all the way to the new plastic product in the marketplace. and forming corporate sponsorships so that we can help each other out with our mutual goals of ocean stewardship. An example of our work is in the Port of Seattle. Now, Port of Seattle is the fourth largest cargo port. It's got 300 fishing vessels coming in and out of Fisherman's Terminal and 4 recreational marinas. They tried in the past to do a collection program, had the best intentions, but it hasn't really worked out. So we approached them with a plan to get it going again. Now they've got a supervised bin, which their staff manages. They collect materials and separate by the different types of plastic. We provided a lot of training and some educational videos for the staff. The commercial fisheries manager jumped on board when he heard about our program and did a lot of work helping communicate our message and what we were doing. And the port offered us storage space in order to aggregate all these materials. We're really looking forward to sending our new first shipment soon. So as you can see, Not Your Problem and the Blue Flag program have a lot of common goals. We protect ocean health through improved waste management and contribute to sustainability by providing raw materials to the circular economy for the recycled plastic supply chain. In the future, we're hoping to increase our impact by developing a sustainable collection program in each of the top 50 fisheries landing ports in the United States. So I want to thank you very much for your time and invite you to work with us in developing a fishing gear recycling program at your Blue Flag Beach or Blue Flag Marina. Each of our program is unique, and we take a lot of pride in working with you to develop successful programs. Thank you again.